Hi guys, today we will solve if-else challenges with an explanation, so let's start. So see this problems guys, we set the variable x to 13. The if statement checks a condition, is x greater than 5? Since 13 is indeed greater than 5, the answer is true. Because it's true, Python enters the indented block and prints, yes. After that, it moves to the next unindented line and prints, done. So, our final output is, yes and done. If I slightly change this problem, like this, let's change x to 3. The condition asks, is 3 greater than 5? This time, the answer is false. Because it's false, Python skips the indented line entirely. It will not print, yes. It jumps straight to the main code below and just prints, done. So, the only output here is, done. This is a tricky one. We have x equals 10, and we check if x is greater than 5. However, look closely at the print statement. It is not indented. In Python, whenever you use a colon after an if statement, the next line must be indented to show it belongs to that block. Because this line starts at the very beginning, Python gets confused. This code will not output hello. Instead, it will crash with an indentation error. In this task, we aren't comparing numbers. We just have if name. The variable name contains the string Sarah. In Python, any string that is not empty is considered true. See this, if name. This line means, if name equals true, since Sarah has text in it, the if condition counts as true. Therefore, the code goes into the first block and prints, name exists. And else will be skipped, so the output will be, name exists. Now, look at the variable name. It is assigned equal to 2 quotes with nothing inside. This is called an empty string. In Python, an empty string is considered false when the if statement checks name, which means, if name equals true, but we know name is false. So, it skips the first print statement, jumps down to the else block, and prints, no name. So the final output is, no name. Next, see this code guys, x is set to 10. The if statement uses the logical AND operator. It checks two things, is x greater than 5, and is x less than 20. Since 10 is true for both conditions, the entire statement evaluates to true. Therefore, the program prints between. Next, here, x is 10. The code checks the first condition, is x greater than 5. Since this is true, it prints a, and immediately exits the entire conditional block. Even though 10 is also greater than 8, the elif part is never checked because the first condition was already met. This is a nested condition with x equal to 5. First, the outer check, is x greater than 3? Yes, so we step inside. Now it checks the inner condition, is x less than 4? No, 5 is not less than 4. So, the code jumps to the inner, else block and prints, b. So the output is, b. Next, watch out for this common mistake. This code will not run, it will crash with a syntax error. This is because a single equal sign is used inside the if statement, which is for assigning values. To compare values, you must use a double equal sign. This code will trigger an indentation error. In Python, whitespace matters. The print statement following the if line is aligned all the way to the left, but it needs to be indented to show that it belongs inside the if block. The program will fail to start. So to run this, just indent like this. If you run this and type the number 7, you might expect to win, but the output is, better luck next time. This happens because the input function always returns a string. You are comparing the text string, 7, with the integer number 7. In Python, these are not equal, so the condition fails. That's why output is, better luck next time. So my dears, we have successfully completed our if-else challenges, and I hope you are now master in conditional challenges, so like the video and I will see you soon guys, bye.